Well, it's that time. What's going on, everybody? Back out in the garage again tonight. We will get to work on the car here in a little bit. But right now, I kind of want to give you guys an unboxing. So as you can see, I got a bunch of stuff around me. And no, I'm not rich. I did not go out and buy all this stuff in like the last week. This is over like 9 months worth of time. So get a little money, go buy something. Get a little money, go buy something. So a lot of this is new, a lot of it's used. So it's about 50-50. But I'm just going to go through things and show you what I got for parts. That way when I finally get the fabricating and stuff done on the body, I'm pretty much just finishing tubing out the front end, which I'll give you a spoiler alert real quick. I haven't released the video out yet, but you can kind of see it already. I got the majority of the tubes done. So the only really thing left are the kicker bars. I gotta get the kicker bars on either side. So, and then we'll have to do a little modification on the front, but that'll be in a different video, so you have to stay tuned. Come back for that one. So tonight is like an unboxing, or this video is going to be like an unboxing. So I'll just start with the front end. I don't know if this was in the previous videos. Some of the footage that we lost, well, a lot of the footage we lost that when we built the, I call them K-boxes, but it's just the frame rails where the K-member mounts to, with all the tube sleeves and everything. So I call it the K-boxes. If you don't like it, I don't care. I don't know what else. That's just what they are. I just call them the K-boxes. So, but it's actually the lower frame rails where the K-member mounts to. So when I refer to K-boxes, that's what I'm talking about. But when we rebuilt all those, we literally went step by step, and it came in pieces. Scott Fabs. If you don't know who they are, go check them out. They do a lot of stuff for paneling and fab work for Mustangs, not only Fox bodies, but later models too, also. So, but yeah, so when I was going through all that, we did one side at a time. One, just so we could have reference to the other side for measurements and things of that sort. Not that I didn't take measurements and write them down on a notebook or anything like that. I did, but we used this as a reference point. So we like I said, we did one side at a time. We did the driver's side first because it was way worse. And we left the passenger side solid, and then we put this in, that we used this for a reference point to where we were going to have everything mounted with the stock points. So we did our own measurements and made sure everything was square on the frame rail, and then we used this as just a reassurance and double check ourselves and triple check ourselves to make sure everything was going to mount up and we had our adjustments right and where our points needed to be. So this is an AJE tubular K-member. Got this off Summit. We did get this new. I think they're around $300. So got that. And then to go along with the AJE K-member, we got AJE motor mounts that I'm dropping. We got these new also. So there's the engine mounts, AJE also, and they are LS. If you just tuning in, or if you're just seeing this video, go check the other ones out. My build is going to be a 93 Fox body with a 5.3 LS turbo. I won't go into any more detail on that, but that's what it is. So these are LS mounts. Got these about the same time. I think those are about $70 or so. Got those new, and I actually ordered those both at the same time. And I'm lucky. I got Summit pretty close to me, so it's only about a 45-minute drive. But while I was up there, any of you that have been to a Summit, they have a discount corner, and that is my favorite place. So I went over there just to check to see what they had while I was wasting time waiting to get the order, everything ready together. And I went over to check, and I hit the jackpot. So when I was over there, I actually got these bad boys. These are QA1 tubular A-arms. And I went and checked, double checked, triple checked everything for the fitment from QA1 to the AJE. They've left in the comments, part number, specific, everything. These work fine, they do good on the Fox body. I've ran them for years, all that kind of stuff. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger. I haven't test fitted these yet, so I'm praying that everything works. If not, it is what it is. I'll sell them and get a new set. They are like brand new. They are brand new, really. Someone had looked like they had just mounted them on the car, and they either didn't work for what they got, or it wasn't the right setup, or they didn't like it, or whatever the case may be. So, like, one of the boots is ripped. So I'm just gonna get new ball joints. Actually, I don't know if I can get just. Well, I can't get. I can just get new boots. The ring on there. Yeah, I can just get new boots for them, and they'll be fine. I was gonna replace the whole ball joint, but now that I look at it, it's just got a slip ring on it, and I can replace the boot. So cool. Yeah. But yeah, so I got these for a really discounted rate. Very, very happy with that. So yeah, moving on. Those are all new parts, and then as far as, well, I guess the A-arms are used because I got them off of like a bring back or whatever. So I guess those are yours too. Next thing I got is like freaking stealing. I got an absolute phenomenal deal, and this is used, but it was used with love, to say the least. This thing is like brand freaking new. Everything on it is well done, awesome, and the guy that actually I got this off of, I put an ISO out on Facebook Marketplace in search of for a manual steering rack, and I had this guy had messaged me separately, and he's, hey, I might have something you want. It was a little out of my price range, but he was very, very good about it. We negotiated back and forth, and we found something that we were both comfortable with, and I went and picked it up. So this is a Flaming River manual steering rack, is the rack, and then we have Maximum Motorsports tie rod ends and the bump steer kit. So is all Maximum Motorsports. So he gave me all the paperwork, all the things he had for it, and he pretty much gave this to me. I didn't know him outside of doing this deal, but it was like a best friend rate or whatever. I don't know, but he pretty much gave this to me. He came down a lot from what he was asking. He just didn't need them anymore, or he was trying to get rid of them, or whatever the case may be, but he gave me a hell of a deal on this. So, yeah, but, Maximum Motorsports steering column also, steering shaft. So it was a hell of a deal. And those of you that know me, I'm very cheap. And I am always looking for deals, so, yeah. Next. These bad boys, they are not AFCOs. These are coilovers from the front, and the guy that I got these off of, once again, I have no complaints about any of the people that I've worked with on Facebook Marketplace. They've all been legit. They've all been very nice, very helpful, willing to pass it forward. Come down on price or whatever. Like I said, I'm always looking for a deal. So. But these are struts. These are Strange single adjustable struts with a QA1 14 by 150, I think is the spring rate. Yeah, they're 14" by 150 spring rate. But yeah, that's what I got. I got both sides, and these are used, but I got them, like I said, the guy that had these took really good care of them. The only thing is, like the adjusters, for the ride height style, the spring had been rubbing on it a little bit. I don't know if I can get close enough to show you. So they are worn where the threads are, just from the car. It was a twin turbo setup car, I believe is what he had it on, and he had a lot of lift, so come down. He ended up having to put limiters on them because they were coming up, so they were pulling the wheels and having to drop back down. So that's just from the spring coming back down and rubbing on it. It's aluminum though, and if it becomes an issue for my ride height and everything, which the bottom half there's plenty of threads on there to work with. It's just like the top inch that is no good, and I don't think I'm going to take my travel that high anyways. At least definitely not with these springs, and probably never. But if it becomes an issue, I can always get the new sleeves. Just get another set of those. So, but yeah. So these are the Strange single adjustable struts with the QA1 14x150 spring rate. And they get both sides, and they're both in really good shape. Same step. Timing is not clean, obviously. Once again, it's just a little rub on the aluminum adjusters. But alright. And to go with those, I actually just went and picked these up tonight. Well, yeah, tonight that I'm filming. It probably won't be tonight that I post this. But, these are caster camber plates, QA1s, and again, I know I'm like a broken record. This guy was amazing, really good. The setup that he had on his car, pardon me, the coilovers that he was running, he got aftermarket coilovers. He would get rid of the stock suspension. He got aftermarket coilovers. Can't remember the name that he said the ones that he bought. But he switched to a different coilover, and then he ran these for caster camber plates, bottom new from Summit. And whatever the issue was with the spacers from the coilovers to these caster camber plates, it didn't work. So I don't know if it was more or less drivability, or if it was like a noise, or if it was rocking back and forth. But he said he took it to get into line, and they just couldn't get it to adjust. They had big issues with the coilover moving inside the caster camber plates as far as setting it. So he got a hold of the company that he bought the struts from, and they said, yeah, we can send you a spacer with our caster camber plates, because our struts and our whole coilover system is only going to work with our struts, or our caster camber plates. I've said it fucked up enough, you'll probably understand what I'm saying. So he got rid of these, had to buy that brand, and he only had them on the car for like 4 months. There's like barely any wear and tear on these things. They're like brand new. And these are like 170 bucks new, and I got them for 90. So he came down a little bit for me, and he just needed them gone. And it was what I was looking for. I was actually going to buy these exact one from Summit, just because I couldn't find them at any of them used that were either one, close enough that I didn't have to drive 3.5 hours to go get, or they were just not beat to hell. So this guy was very, very good, very cool. This little box. This is just hardware for next. Okay, so that's the front end stuff. So that's everything that we need to pretty much put the car on the ground. So we got the A-arms. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 105 lug. Not only on the front, but on the rear also. That's why we had to do all that work on the rear end. I did get axles and everything for that. We covered all that stuff in a different video, so if you want to check it out, go back and we'll talk about that. I will touch base a little bit on the plating issues for the rear brakes, but for the fronts, these are off of a 95. So these spindles are off of a 95. Spindles and hub are off of 95, and then I also got the calipers and everything to go with it. So yeah, got that, and then so the rear end, I still gotta get shocks, and I haven't decided on what springs I'm gonna run. For the time being, I'll probably throw the stock spring back in it just to get it on the ground and moving. and then we'll see where the timeline is on where this thing sits as far as further down the year. I would really, really, really like to try to get this thing to the track at least once this year. But to be honest, in seriousness, I don't see it happening. I just don't spend enough time out here like I should. Well, not that I should, but that I would like to. For me, first and foremost, my family comes before this thing. I love doing this, but my family comes first. And we just had our third baby. Yay! So it's been I've spent a lot of time been with the family a lot, and to me that takes away precedence over this. So I get to this when I can, when I have time. Usually it's late nights, and then I'm cranky the next day. But my wife has been amazing with this and stood behind me. So she's just, go do what you can do when you can do it, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, that's where we're at. But anyways, besides that, side note, rear end. I got a disc brake system for that. I went to our local pull apart, which is Scrapyard. I don't know if whoever's watching this from a different country or different state or whatever. I'm in Ohio, but we have a pull apart, and you literally go and pull the parts off yourself, and it makes them extremely cheaper to buy than even going to a regular junkyard and having them pulling off a shelf that they've already pulled off the car and given to you. So you can get them at way, way cheaper rates. For example, all the bracketry and everything from the rear end for the housing, the calipers, rotors, everything that I got, I think I paid $50 for the whole, both sides of the rear end, calipers, everything included. And I got very fortunate. One of the cars that was there, it was off the 2000, by the way. So the car that I pulled these off of, it had gotten to a front end collision. So the rear end was still in really good shape. But if anyone that has torn these apart before knows that in order to get the bracketry off of the rear end in one piece, because of those plates that go around the actual housing, you have to take the rear diff cover off, take out your sleeves, pull your axles out so you can get the plates off. So it was a process on its own. I went by myself and I did that, which no big deal. It just took a little longer than I expected. But like I said, for the time I had in it and the price that I paid, it was like stealing. It was awesome. So in order to get the same stuff that I got from the pull apart in really good shape, and I honestly think that they had literally just done the rear brakes before I got hit. Give me a second here. So just to show you, the rotors I'm gonna have to go get turned because they just have a little surface rust on them. I don't even know if I need to turn them, but these were the pads that I pulled off of those calipers, and they are literally brand new. Like the plating on it has a little surface rust, but everything still has a hammer tone paint from the factory. Like they were like brand new. So I lucked out a lot with those. But I got the rotors, everything for the rear end. Now, the issue going from a 2000 rear end to the Fox body is the Fox body housings are shorter, which means the axles are shorter. So in order for me to run, I could have pulled the axles and everything off, the 5-lug axles off of the 2000 that was in the junkyard, and I could have brought it home and used them, and it would have worked. But I would have been sticking out, I think they're about an inch and a half or an inch and 3/4 longer than the Fox body length. I could be way wrong on that, or I could be close. So I don't know. But it's not the same. So what I'm talking about is these flat plates off the 2000. They won't fit the Fox body axle, they won't fit the Fox body axle. So once I go to put my mounts and everything for my shoe mounts, and then my caliper on, where the rotor lines up actually sits on the inside of where the pad lays. So it's offset is what I'm saying. So thankfully enough, I talked to a buddy of mine and he put me on to LMR's website, Late Model Restorations. They do a lot of Ford Mustang stuff, a lot of Fox body. They have a lot of options for things. They have plates that I'm going to buy. I haven't bought them yet. I know I keep talking about doing it. I just procrastinate. I'm hopefully going to order them tomorrow. Hopefully, if I remember. But they are offset. So instead of having everything straight up, it goes off the axle and it kind of has a loop. It's like an inch and a half. I think it's an inch and a quarter offset. So what that's going to allow me to do is run these brakes on Fox body length axles. Everything's going to stay tucked, and I'll be able to use a newer, updated brake system. So that'll get me my 5-lug all the way around and disc brakes all the way around. So in the future, if I want to go to a Cobra style or whatever, I can do that. Okay, so rear end. These are the upper control arms. They are tubular, and these are BMR. Yeah, BMR. So they are a solid mount, double adjustable. They are very nice hammer tone paint. Very nice. So those are the uppers, and then lowers. These are tubular also. I am running factory suspension. Well, not factory. Factory. Geez, losing my marbles. Sorry. I'm running factory position suspension, meaning that the stock springs location and the stock shock location is all staying the same. I'm not tubbing anything for the time being. Maybe in the future, maybe. It's a hard maybe. Probably not. But it's going to be a stock location suspension setup. So these have the purchase for the springs, where the spring will sit. I did opt to get the bracket for the rear stabilizer. Probably won't put one on. I'm kind of regretting doing it now, but it is what it is. It is not going to hurt anything. I don't know. It's just an extra additive plate, I guess. It's not going to do any different. Not going to have anything. I don't plan on doing any road racing or anything with this. This is strictly going to be like a drag car. And so I won't run a sway bar on the back. The only thing I may run some kind of sway bar just to maybe keep, depending on how this thing launches and takes off and everything, maybe to do like almost use a sway bar for like an cheap anti-roll bar until I get an anti-roll bar or make one. I really would like to try and fabricate one, but I don't know if I'm smart enough for that. So we'll see down the road. But yeah, so these are BMR also. They are all solid bushings on the front, and they are polyurethane on the back. But these are hammer tone also. So I got the full suspension on the back. Well, I shouldn't say that. I still got to get rear shocks, which hopefully I'll be ordering those soon. That way I can get this thing to at least roll. But I need to get, and for the time being, I'm probably just going to run the stock springs on the back for now, just to roll it around, because until it gets crucial time that I'm like really going to take it to the track and start hammering on it, and the first, handful of times I take it to the track, I'm probably going to be working out a lot of bugs and issues and things that I'm working, so I probably won't be able to just take it there, get it off the trailer, and freaking make a hit and it just be perfect. So I'll have a little time to, as I said before, get a little money saved up so I can buy the parts that I want. But I would like to get the Team Z Motorsports. They make a rear spring for these 79 through 93, I think is the year model. That they have a drag spring where it's cold wound, but it's very nice. I've done a lot of research on it, and they have a lot of success with those springs. There's not a whole lot of give to them, and they don't do a lot of different things. So that's what I want to run. We'll see. But for now, I'll probably just run the stock springs. This big box, these are my subframe connectors. These are BMRs as well. I'm not going to go blow it up, but They are a box instead of a round tubular style. I just thought it was more fitting, easier to work with, and to be honest with you, the main reason why I bought these is because both ends are capped. I found a lot of companies, I don't know why, whether it be box tubing or round tubing, when they run these, they leave the ends open. And it's not like this is going to see a lot of weather, but it will see moisture and stuff. And to me, it's like having an open frame rail and just saying, hey, come lay in here, the moisture wise, and it'll just rot it out. So it's a sealed unit, sealed box unit. It's hammer tone paint, which I'm going to have to take a lot of where the mounting stuff is. I am going to weld these in, weld them to the frame rail. And I can't do these until I get it on the ground, because they say they want the full body weight of the car on the wheels to mount these. So I got to get everything else done, and these would probably be one of the last suspension things that I do to get it wrapped up, because they want the full weight of the car on to where when you go to mount these. So like if it's up in the air and it's, of course, no one's floor is absolutely level, or if it is, then sweet, but mine isn't. And where your mounts are for the car mounts, for the post and everything, nothing's sitting level. So if I got to put these up and weld everything in, then I get it down, and it's like freaking tweaked one way or the other, or anything just from being in the air and different, that I'm gonna kick myself. So a lot of forms and oh my gosh, excuse me. What they say is put the whole weight of the car on the rubber that you're going to be using. Use that for your lineup and your adjustments, and then weld them in. So, me not knowing any different, that's what I'm going to do. That's what 9 out of 10 people said. So that's it. I know I said that's it, but I got a lot of crap. So, as far as the unboxing, that's what we got for now. I'm still going to pick at pieces. I haven't started buying any engine stuff yet. I'm going to wait to do all that stuff after I get all the body and everything assembled. So, once I get this thing rolling, once I get the front end done, the roll cage done, all the suspension pieces in, everything's together, I get it sitting on the ground, then we can start on the dragline side, excuse me. Bless me. So then we'll start doing, mock up the engine, see where it's sitting, see where we want to get for a radiator, where we want to put our catch cans, where we want to put the turbo, where we're going to mount all our hot side pipes and all that good stuff. So once we get this finalized and finished, we'll be moving on, and then it'll start getting into performance stuff. Not that this isn't just different side of performance stuff. So yeah. So there's my unboxing video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, please. And leave me some comments. Let me know if you like it, you hate it, whatever. But till next time, see you later. I got stuff to do. You gotta go.